Hello students, welcome to LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Here myself Mr. Jaswal Kishan, Civil Engineering Department, and we are learning all about structural analysis. Let's start our session. In today's session, we will be learning some theories and concepts on sway of slope deflection method. So sway is nothing but it which apply on frame. So let's study its concept. So there are some causes of side sway. So these are the list of points by which we can rectify that the sway is occurring on the frame or not. So we will be studying one by one the condition. So let's see what are these. So our first condition is different end condition of the column of a portal frame. Means whenever you see the different in support condition like this, here it is a fixed support and here it is a roller support. If there are two different supports in which a frame it causes sway, means it says there will be sway will be occurring such kind of frame. So first condition is different end condition of the column. Our second condition is non-uniform section, means different mi of the member of the frame. Now look here, you can see that this column having 3i, 3 moment of inertia, and this column is having 2i, 2 moment of inertia. Means there are difference in this moment of inertia. So by this also we can rectify that the sway will occur in the frame. So the second condition is non-uniform section of mi. Now our third condition is unsymmetrical loading or say eccentric loading, in which here you can see in a frame that there is an unsymmetrical kind of loading is given. Also you can see there is an eccentric kind of loading is also given. So by this also we can rectify that there will be sway occur in the column in the frame. So the third point is unsymmetrical loading. Now our fourth point is settlement of the support of the frame. Now here you can see there is a fixed support over here and roller support over here. And if a settlement occur in this frame, then it will try to sway. So if there is a settlement of the support which says the sway will occur. So fourth point is settlement of the support. Now our next point is horizontal loading on columns of the frame. Now here you can see that there are horizontal loadings given on the column. So if loading apply laterally, there will be chances of sway occur in the frame. So if there is an horizontal load, there will be sway. So our fifth point is horizontal loading on the column. Our next sixth point is unsymmetrical outline of the portal frame. Unsymmetrical outline is nothing but a different length of the column. Like here you can see there is a 3 meter of length, here it is a 5 meter of length of this column. So there is a difference or say unsymmetrical outline of the frame. So by this certain points we can find out the causes of sway. Like as the first was different end conditions, non-uniform section of mi, unsymmetrical loading, settlement of support, horizontal loading, and unsymmetrical outline of the portal frame. So if any one also come in the frame, ultimately the sway will occur. If it come more than one value, one of the point, so thus chances of sway will occur. If at least one also point says, like if there is a settlement of the support, the sway will occur. If there is also a different end condition, the sway will occur. There is a no, it means if there is a chances of more than one also come, like as it come two different unknowns, means two different end condition and non-uniform sections of mi. So if also single point come, then the sway will occur. It's not exactly sure that all the 6 points will come. It might become 2 or 3. So we have to remember this 6 point. By these 6 points we can rectify the sway will occur or not on that particular frame. Now this is the concept of sway. Now portal frame with side sway. In case of portal frame with side sway, the joint translation means this joint translation or say rotation become additional unknown quantity. Some additional equation will therefore require to analyze the frame. What it say, if there is a sway occur in this particular kind of frame, there will be effect of like this. So this deflection or this sway will have an extra equation. For that we have to form that equation. So look, the additional equation of the equilibrium are obtained from the consideration of the shear force exerted on the structure as an external loading. Means if we apply external load, there will be generation of shear force, and by that shear force action we can generate that equation of that unknown. Now here the horizontal shear exerted by a member is equal to algebraic sum of moment at the ends divided by length of that member. So this is the process by which we will be forming an equation. Let's see how to form. Here we have the frame in which A to B, B to C and C to D are the member of the frame, in which A to B having horizontal loading of P and C to D is having an horizontal UDL of W kilonewton, and member B to C having the load W. So these are the set of loading. Also you can see the horizontal reaction at HA and HD. Now due to this loading there will be some generation of moment. So the horizontal shear exerted by the member is equal to algebraic sum of moment. So these are my end moment. This is my MAB, MBA, MCD and MDC. Now here the moments are only took at the column because the sway will likely to occur on the column only and not affect to the beam member. So all the moments has been assumed as a clockwise also and only onto the column. So now we are considering sum of moment at B equals to 0 and algebraic sum of moment at C equals to 0 to find out this HA and HD reaction. So let's see ACW equals to CW, anti-clockwise equals to clockwise at point B. So this is my clockwise moment. So MAB plus MBA, and only a horizontal force of this is going P into H. So P into H plus to find this reaction we have to multiply this reaction into particular length. So HA into L1. So after solving this and making subject to HA, we can find out HA equals to MAB plus MBA minus P into H upon L. So this is my first equation for HA. Similarly, we can find out for HD at summation of moment at C equals to 0. So here MDC and MCD and this entire UDL W into L square by 2 is going in clockwise direction, and only this HD into L2 is going in anti-clockwise direction. So we can form an equation for HD equals to MCD plus MDC plus WL square by 2 divided by L2. So with the help of these two reaction or a shear force, we can form an equation for our unknown which is likely to occur on this frame. So horizontal force is equals to 0. So HA plus HD plus P, which are going in a similar direction, minus W into L2, which is my UDL. So to convert UDL into the load is nothing but UDL into its particular distance. So the summation of the force is to 0. So by having this value of HA and HD from this equation, so we place the value of HA plus value of HD plus this load minus W into L2, we form a equation of shear. So it says MAB plus MBA minus P into H upon L1 plus MCD plus MDC plus W into L2 the whole square by 2 upon L2 plus P minus W into L2 equals to 0. This is my shear equation for this particular frame, for this particular kind of loading. Now let's say if this UDL comes over in AB part and this point load comes in over CD part. So this entire PH will shift over here and this entire WL2 square will shift over here. Or as assume if there is only this UDL and not this P, so here the PH will not come and here the P will not come. So for different kind of loading, we have to form a different kind of equation or shear equation. Or let's say there is no horizontal loading. So for that P equals to 0 and W equals to 0. So in the equation P and W forms are gone. So ultimately the equation comes to this. So for different kind of loading, we have to form a different kind of equation. So this was the total frame with side sway.